welcome back. Volunteers exclusive. The United States of America, commonly known as the United States or America, is the federal republic composed of 50 states, a federal district, 5 major self-governing territories, and various possessions at 3.8 million square miles or 9.8 million kilometers. The United States is the world's third or fourth largest country by total area in the world, and just a fractionally smaller than the entire continent of Europe's 3.9 million square miles. Alright, today I'm gonna interview Mr. President. So we have guests of the United States of America, Mr. Donald Trump. Thank you for coming here. So I'm gonna ask you about some questions. Do you trust Kim Jong-un, Mr. President?
I think that I've had a very good relationship. We have a good chemistry together. You know what that means, and that happens sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. And I really believe he's looking to, maybe even beyond trust, he's looking to do something for his country, maybe for his family, for himself, but he's looking to do the right thing. He wants to bring enterprise into North Korea. They have tremendous potential in terms of location. They have, you know, it's an amazing piece of property, to put it in real estate terms. It's got unbelievable natural potential, and I think he wants to.
All right, so let's talk about it. If he doesn't honest commitment, if he doesn't make honest commitment, what is U.S. prepared to live?
Honestly, it's almost treasonous, you want to know the truth, because we signed an agreement, and the big thing that they said was I met. Well, in the meantime, we got our hostages back. We get the remains back of our great heroes that have died, thousands and thousands of young people. We get the remains back, and you have no idea how many people came up to me and said, could you get the remains of my father? But the big thing is the denuclearization, and it says right in the first paragraph, we will denuclearize North Korea. It says it. And they'll say, oh, they didn't mention it. They would actually say it's not even mentioned. It was the number one thing. Obviously, my whole thing is about denuclearization. But it talked about all the different steps. It was an incredible piece of paper. There's been no missiles fired. There's been no rockets fired. Japan thinks I'm like a world hero over there. They said, we haven't had missiles going over Japan for the last 6-7 months. They were sending them over like it was the 4th of July. Many other things, no nuclear testing. They're getting rid of their engine factory where they make the engines for the ballistic missiles. They're doing all of these things. And then to hear the mainstream media, that was the thing that most angered me. What did they get other than I met? I did meet. Now, the war games, that I call them war games, I've been against them for a year and a half. They cost a fortune. We fly bombers all the way from Guam, 6.5 massive bombers, drop bombs, and then they go back to Guam. Then they come back a second time. It's crazy. We spend tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars on these war games. And I've been after this a long time. I say, number one, it is very provocative. But number two, who wants to spend this kind of money? So very interesting. The deal is phenomenal, but if you read the mainstream media, now if you talk about the fair press, which is a lot of people also, in all fairness, it got rave reviews.
The embassy was moved from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. I was there, and it was a surreal moment that I have ever witnessed. You made that promise. You kept that promise. Just, you decided, because no other presidents, I'm gonna do this because settle it like that, something like that.
Everybody campaigned that they were gonna move the embassy to Jerusalem, and nobody did it. And I never understood why. I really never did. I knew there would be pressure, but I never understood. So many countries saying, please don't do it. It was a campaign promise. I thought it was very important. And you know who really likes it the most are the evangelicals. I'll tell you what, I get more calls of thank you from evangelicals, and I see it in the audiences and everything else, than I do from Jewish people. We need merit-based immigration. You know, we're taking in people that will never help us as a country. You know, it's okay for people to help us as a country. It's okay for people to go out and work for some of these new companies that are moving into our country, of which we have many. But I think more than anything else, it's the fact that we need people that can help us. We want a merit-based immigration system. We need safety at the border. We need the wall. The wall's going to happen. It's going to happen. We have to have the wall. If anything, it shows how much we need the wall. But it's the Democrats' fault, but it wouldn't be their fault for long if they sat down with us. We could make a deal so quickly. But our job would be so much easier if we had what we need on border security, border safety. We need the Democrats to come to the table and make a deal.
Are you optimistic that you will be and the persecutors the come the table and you have been generous? You are the wall and you are giving more.
Chain migration, which is very tough, get rid of, and you know, the all-time beauty is the lottery. We pick names out. So do you think the country is giving us their finest? Are they giving us the Sarah Huckabees of the world? I don't think so, okay? I don't think so. They're giving us some rough, tough people. And we want merit. We don't want that. Who can blame them? But one other thing I want to do is, you know, you take a country like Honduras or so many others, they're sending people into our country by the thousands. I think we should stop giving them money. I think we give them tremendous aid. Why are we giving them aid when they're letting people pour out of their country? And they're pushing them out. When they're letting people pour out of their country and they're coming through the borders. We have the best number, lowest unemployment in history for black. It's 510 days. In 510 days, a lot of people are saying we've done more than any president ever in their first 500 days. And I think we have regulation, the big cut in taxes. You know, regulations, I've cut more regulations than any other president in 4 years, 8 years, or, you know, in the case, we have a 16-yearer, right? Yeah. I've cut more regulations than any other president by far, and we're talking about 500 days. The country's doing well. Companies are coming back. The jobs are the best they've been. You saw the other day, jobs are the best they've been in 44 years, okay? So.
All right, thank you, Mr. President, for your time here. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my interview with the Mr. President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, and we will come back as soon as possible, and don't go anywhere.
For your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.